as well as for the first PUC bridge course on English subject. In the last class, we started to make a glance on the model question paper prescribed by the PU department for PUC first year, both for arts, commerce and science students. And we started and we come to know about the main important points which are existed in the question paper. Those are nothing but instructions for students before going to attempt the questions, and we came to know each and everything, and I hope that you understood properly, and I assure you definitely they will help you lot and lot in the time of examination. So now let us start the continuation part of the model question paper. There are many main questions are there regarding 1 mark questions, regarding 4 mark questions, marks questions, 6 marks questions, many things are there. So let us start from beginning and one by one. So in the first domain, is answer the following in a word a phrase or a sentence. Marks 12 into 1 is equal to 12. So my dear students, the first main of your question paper is answer the following in a word, a phrase or a sentence, and marks allotted for this main question are 12 marks. So each question carries 1 mark. Means in this first main there are 12 questions related to the 13 units. Except 1 unit, they may ask any 12 questions from 13 units. There is no any type of bindings, but they gave the blueprint. Later I will discuss about the blueprint. Until you should know that there are only 12 questions and each question carries 1 mark. So 1 into 12 is equal to 12 marks for 12 questions, my dear students. And be cautious and conscious on the title of the first main. Answer the following in a word or a phrase or sentence. So while attempting this main, you should not cross your border and limitations, because clearly they mentioned in their title of the first main, just go for writing answer for 1 mark questions. You should write in a word, or you should write in a phrase, or you can write in a sentence, but you should not go for writing paragraph. So you should not cross the border and the limitation while attempting the questions related to this main. You should be aware of this also. If they told you to write a brief, you should write a brief. If they told you to write in detail, you should write in detail. This is called the limitation. This is called the do not cross the border. Right, my dear students. And each question carries the 1 mark, and total 12 questions are there. 1 mark into 12 is equal to 12 marks. Each question carries 1 mark. So 12 questions are there. I hope you understand properly. I hope. Right. The second minute. Answer any 8 of the following. Answer any 8 of the following in a paragraph. In a paragraph of 82 100 words each. So, marks allotted for this main 8 into 4. So, my dear students, the second main is about 4 marks questions, and the title of the second main is answer any 8 of the following in a paragraph of 80 to 100 words each. 100 words. Just to make a glance on the title, means they will give. And another point I would like to tell you that in the question paper they will give you 12 questions among the 13 units. They will give you how many questions? 12 questions in the 4 marks main question. And you have to write compulsory 8 questions among the 12 questions. So there is a relaxation to leave 4 questions. You can choose any 8 among the 12 questions. And compulsory you have to write 4 questions from the poetry section. Two questions from the compulsory you have to write. 2 questions from the poetry section. Later I will explain you each and everything about the rules and regulations. Don't worry. Right? 2 questions you have to write compulsory from the poetry section, and 6 questions from prose section. So they will give you how many questions? 12 questions among the 30 units. You have to write compulsory 8 questions and 2 compulsory from the poetry section. So each question carries 4 marks. So 4 into 8 is equal to 32 marks. Total 32 marks are allotted for the second domain, particularly 4 marks questions. 4 marks questions. And here you have to be aware and conscious about to write 80 to 100 words each. Means each question should carries 80 to 100 words of answers. So I will give you one hint to write this answer, to attempt the questions related to this main. Minimum you have to write 75% of the answer paper page. You should not write more than 75% of the page, or you should not write more than 1 page, which is unnecessary writing. So that is not the fair thing. What they told, your answer should be 80 to 100, means your answer should be in between 80 to 100. 80 to 100. So maintain a little bit the orders given by the pupil. So please be cautious and aware on this, the second main. So there will be how many questions? 12 questions are there. Among the 12 you have to write how many questions? 8 questions. Among the 8 compulsory you have to write from which section? Poetry section. section. Each question carries 4 marks. So 4 into 8 is equal to 32. This is the second main, my dear students. And third main. Third main. Answer one of the following in about 200 words. Answer one of the following in about 200 words. So marks allotted for this. So the third main is about 6 marks questions. Answer one of the following in about 200 words. So my dear students, in third main, there will be 3 questions among the 30 minutes, and you have the freedom to write any one among the 3 given questions, means options. You can go with the first, second or third, any one you have to write, and you should write nearly 200 words. Your answer should be around 200 words. What I told you in the previous classes, that you should write minimum 1 page, maximum 1.5 page, and you should not cross the limitation of the border of 1.5 page. You should not write unnecessary writings. So please follow the instructions given by the guru through the question paper. What they clearly mentioned, your answer should not cross the 200 words, and below it should not be below, it should not be above. Your answer should be in between 200 and 210 words. Right? It is sufficient. It is enough. Right? And the one question carries 6 marks. So you should write only one answer. Attempt one question among the 3 questions. Means you have option. Another 2 questions are like options. Among the 3 you can choose anyone, and you should give 2 questions. Only you have to write one question, one answer, and you should give 2 questions. So that question carries how many marks? 6 marks. And next, the fourth main. Read the following passage and answer the questions set on it. And marks ordered for this main 10 into 1 is equal to 10. So my dear friends, in the fourth main, there is a question titled, read the following passage and answer the questions set on it. This is the title of fourth main. This is nothing but the passage writing, students. Don't worry, don't bother, don't confuse. This is nothing but the passage writing. From the section of reading skill. So the first, second, third main based on the textbook contents. After the third content, what the fourth main question begins, those all are based on workbook contents. So the 1 mark questions related to textbook, 4 marks questions related to the textbook, 6 marks question is related to textbook. Total 12, 32, 44 plus 6 is equal to 50 marks from the textbook content. So what I clarified in the previous classes, 50 marks from the textbook content and 50 marks from the workbook content. So we already completed the 50 marks of the textbook contents and now we are studying the rest of 50 marks from the workbook contents. Among the workbook contents, the fourth main begins, that is the passage rating. That is the passage rating. So what is the title? Read the following passage and answer the questions set on it. Answer the questions set on it. The marks allotted for this main is 10 marks. Is 10 marks. So there will be a paragraph. Paragraph means unseen paragraph, not from the textbook. They will ask any subject related paragraph out of the textbook, what we call the general or unseen passage. They will give you more than 2 to 3 paragraphs around which crosses the half to 1 page in the question paper. You should read carefully, consciously the paragraph, and you have to try to identify the answers for the below given 10 questions. In this way, they will give the 10 questions related to the given passage, and you have to read the passage, you have to understand the passage, and you have to identify answers for the passage, and you have to write answers for 10 questions. Each question carries 1 mark. So 1 is equal to 10 questions, 10 marks is equal to 10 marks. But here you should follow the instruction. What they say, instruction of the 1 mark or first main. Here you should apply the method of first main. In the first main, what they told that you should write answer in a word, in a phrase or a sentence. You should not cross the limitation, you should not cross the border. They told clearly. So in the same way here also, you should write answer in a word, answer in a phrase or in a sentence. You should not cross the limitation or you should not cross the border. Don't write more than 2 to 3 paragraphs of answer. It is not the fair way to write to attempt the passage, my dear children. So be cautious and be aware in following the instructions given by the pupil. So the next main, the fifth main. Among the fifth main, there are sub questions are there. A main, fifth A, it is about fill in the blanks with appropriate article. Articles and prepositions. Prepositions given in brackets. Given in brackets, marks allotted for this main is 4. 4 marks allotted for this main. So, my dear students, the fifth A main is related about the articles and prepositions. They will give you 1 to 2 paragraphs with with the blanks of four. They will give 4 blanks in the paragraph, and you have to fulfill the blanks. You have to fill the blanks with the appropriate article and prepositions. The paragraph, the short paragraph will be based on the articles and prepositions. They leave blank to fulfill the appropriate articles and prepositions. Which article is needed, which preposition is needed, you have to write properly. You will teach articles and prepositions. Don't worry, don't bother. Just go on making the glance on this thing. Don't try to find out how to write. No, that is not the way of reading or study. Just make a glance on the title. What they are saying, fill in the blanks. Means definitely they will give you fill in the blanks along with the short paragraph, 2 to 3 sentences joined paragraph. So you have to write appropriate articles and prepositions. They will give you 2 articles or whatever. They may give the 2 articles or 2 prepositions or 1 article or 3 prepositions. Don't worry about how many they give. Just worry about which article is suited in this blank or which preposition is suited in this blank, and which is suitable, which is appropriate. We should write and we should fill the blanks, and we should get the 4 marks. 4 marks. Definitely you will get the 4 out of 4 marks easily, I assure you. So each blank, filling blank carries 1 mark. If you fill the 4 blanks, the 4 answers, you will get how many marks? 4 marks. My dear students, 4 marks. So this main A, this 5th main A question is about the articles and prepositions, means grammar part. So students, I hope that you understood properly and you understood completely. Still, if you have any doubts regarding today's class, you can ask and get the clarification. And in the next class, we will go forward. Still, if you have any doubts and any queries regarding this class, you can ask and get the clarification through the WhatsApp or call. Until the next video, stay tuned and thank you.